Imagine the moment. An astronaut's boot settles into the dust of an alien world, a perfect imprint left on a landscape untouched for billions of years. That one small step onto the surface of the moon was the expression of a question buried deep within us. What's over there? We have a phrase for this feeling. The grass is always greener on the other side. But we use it as a cautionary tale, a warning against discontent. What if we've gotten this metaphor backwards? What if that restless urge isn't a character flaw, but one of our greatest evolutionary gifts? What if our deep need to see what's beyond is the very engine that has propelled the human race towards survival and innovation? Let's rewind. 70,000 years ago, a small band of our ancestors looked out at an unknown horizon. They saw a mountain range, a river, and a desert, and they wondered, what's over there? Is it better? This feeling was a trait sharpened by natural selection. The curious ones, the ones who acted upon that itch, found new resources and safer habitats. They were the ones who survived and passed that essential curiosity down to us. This pattern came to define us. It was the Polynesian voyagers tracing stars to find specks of land in the vast ocean. It was the Silk Road merchants traversing continents for spices and silk. They all had something in common: the belief that beyond the known horizon lay something necessary for progress, for knowledge, and for survival. All of human history is a story of us, as a species, pursuing the greener grass. And then we ran out of map. There were no more blank spaces on Earth, so we looked up. In the 20th century, that ancient itch became Project Apollo, the national effort to get humans on the moon. Think about it. We marshaled unimaginable intellect and courage to answer a question as old as our first gaze at the horizon. What's over there? When Neil Armstrong took that one small step onto the surface of the moon, he proved that our curiosity could literally launch us off of our planet. But the greatest lesson wasn't just that we could leave the Earth. The most profound takeaway was the perspective it granted us. The Earthrise photograph, showing our beautiful, fragile world alone in the void, delivered a stunning revelation. That beyond the known horizon lay something necessary for progress, for knowledge, and for survival. Once again, we saw that all of human history has occurred on a single dot in the universe. We live on a finite planet in an infinite universe. Our sun, like all other stars, will expand and explode, making Earth uninhabitable. But long before the sun's final explosion, humanity will face its own limits on resources and resilience. History teaches us that no civilization confined to one location lasts forever. To believe that all of human history ends here, on a single dot in the universe, is to bet against every instinct that has ruled our past. Having mastered the leap to our moon, we are now letting that same instinct drive us to answer enormous questions. Right now, on Mars, a robotic geologist named Perseverance is drilling into the bed of an ancient river delta, asking the monumental question: was life on Earth a one-time thing, or does it exist somewhere else? The Voyager probes, our most distant creations, are now in the space between stars. They are our stories cast into the cosmic ocean, carrying photos and sounds of Earth. And the James Webb Space Telescope, often referred to as the time machine, peers back 13.5 billion years ago to witness the creation of our very first galaxies. This brings us to the edge of what we know, and it's fascinating. Scientists are working on discovering mysteries that rewrite our perception of reality. They are studying dark energy and dark matter, invisible, unexplained forces that make up 95% of our universe. They are detecting gravitational waves, ripples in the fabrics of space and time caused by colossal events like black holes colliding. And they are learning that time itself is relative, flowing at different speeds on each planet and in the depths of space, proving our universe to be far more strange than we ever imagined. So, what does this mean for you? You may never pilot a spaceship, but you are a part of this story. That greener grass DNA is in your instincts. It's the voice telling you to learn a new skill, to start a business, to travel, to read a book on a skill you know nothing about. Honestly, anything you want, because we know the sky is not the limit. Your curiosity is the same force that drove us to the moon. Your desire to cross a metaphorical fence is how the human story of exploration continues, on a personal scale, every single day. The grass is not always greener on the other side, but the journey to find out, the courage to ask that question, to cross that fence, to build that spaceship, the journey is what makes us greener. Whenever you feel that restless urge, see it as the persistence of a species whose curiosity never ends. A species lured by the horizon, forever asking, what's on the other side? And in that question, we find our future. Thank you.